All right, yeah, we're gonna go through some barbell squatting techniques. I'm gonna talk you guys through the squat rack a little bit here, give you the odds and ends so that you feel a little more comfortable with using it and you can progress your squats and other exercises. So first and foremost, we have our squat rack, all right? Usually it's gonna come with these 2 bars. We've got weights on one end. This guy, we can set up a few things, all right? So we're gonna set up first off the rack for our barbell, okay? When you set up the rack, you wanna set it up, if you're gonna do a barbell back squat, you wanna set it up right below your shoulder height. What this does is it allows you to come under the barbell, push it off the rack to come back. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So this is the piece we've got in this gym. I'm going to turn it to the side, find my shoulder height, go a little below it. Actually, I'm gonna go up because when it sits down, if I can get this bitch in, there we go. This is the part that needs to be lower than shoulder height. So this is a little too high for me. We're gonna go down one. There we go. And now it's locked in, just below shoulder height. I'm gonna do that for the same side. Usually these guys have numbers, so once you know the number that you're putting it into, you can put the same number on the other side. Okay, the next piece that will usually happen on a barbell squat is your safety. And this is gonna be a piece that if you were to have to drop the weight, you could drop it onto it. So usually you want this to be a little bit lower, right? This is what it looks like. This is our safety here. Now, if I were to squat and I needed to drop, I'm gonna drop forward. It's gonna fall onto that. Or if you're trying to set up a certain depth and you want it to land at that depth, you can adjust the height accordingly so that it taps the safety as you go. Okay, it's time to put our barbell on the rack. So we're gonna pick it up. I like to do a little bit of a push up here to get it to my shoulders. Then I'm gonna put it on the rack. This part can be a little intimidating. You are always suggested to ask for help if it feels too heavy to get it on the thing. Don't hesitate to ask somebody to help you rack your barbell, okay? I would rather you be safe than hurt yourself trying to set up. When you're first starting with the barbell squats, we want to start with the bar only. The bar itself, usually it's gonna be 45 pounds. Now some gyms, which I love these gyms, will have barbells that are a little lighter. So sometimes like 35 or 15 or 20. If that's the case, I would always start with the lighter one just to get your technique down so you're not freaking out about the weight first. But 45, once you're squatting comfortably with your goblet squat and you're hitting close to that 45 range, it's okay to go ahead and start with the bar here. So we're gonna do our warm-up set first with the bar. I'm gonna put my hands on these 2 lines here on the bar. Your mileage will vary on exactly where you place your hands, but I like to use these lines as a guide. I want the bar to sit in a W shape here. You can also use a PVC pipe to just get used to the technique of holding a long bar on your back. I highly recommend doing that if you have access to one. So I'm gonna put this at about ring finger positioning on these lines, and I'm gonna come under the bar. I wanna get my hair out of the way. We're gonna place the bar on our upper traps, and I like to squeeze into it a little bit and roll my elbows down. From here, I'm gonna come under the bar fully. Both feet are under me solid, and I'm gonna press it up, and I'm gonna try to break the bar, okay? Once I feel really solid with that, I'm gonna step back. This is where those safeties at the bottom will come into play if you have them, right? We wanna get our feet in position first. Wanna keep them a little wide, slightly turned out. We're gonna keep breaking the bar, rolling those elbows in, and take our squat. Boom. Then to come out, we're walking forward into the bar and then dropping onto the rack. And then you can come out from under it. Again, if you feel uncomfortable with this, I highly recommend finding a support system. Someone who can come either help you get the barbell up or support you in your first squats with the barbell, so that if it feels like too much at any point, they can help assist you out of the position. Last but not least, we have to talk about adding weight to the barbell. So you obviously want to add weight evenly to each side so that it is an even balance. When you're doing this, again, we have to remember that the bar is already 45 pounds. So when you're logging your weight, you're gonna log 45 plus whatever you add to the bar. So if I add two 10-pound weights, that's 45 plus 10 plus 10, which is 55, 65 total, all right? Once I've got my weight on, there are these little locks here, and what these do is they help keep the weight in place so that if you get a little off balance as you're moving, the weights won't slide off the bar. So I'm gonna squeeze it. I gotta use my grip here to squeeze. That's gonna let me put it on the bar, and then I'm gonna release. There are other types of clips as well that are a little easier to use. Those will look like a round buckle that you put on and then you close the buckle. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have any follow-ups, and happy squatting.